It's a rare insight into the private life of a star who's worked hard to keep her family out of the spotlight. She's rarely photographed with her producer husband Mutt Lange, and they keep their 4-year-old son Asia out of the public eye.
We're living in the world with instant celebrity, you know?
Yeah.
What do you want to relay to him?
I don't want him to see it right now. He's too young. He won't understand it. He doesn't even know who Shania is. He really doesn't. I make sure that Mutt and he go ahead of me. We're rarely together and caught in a situation where he hears people referring to me as Shania, because I'm just Mamo. You know, that's what I am.
She even moved her family to Switzerland in 2000 to avoid the camera's glare.
I don't live amongst it. I don't live in Hollywood. I don't live in a city. I live somewhere where most people really don't care who I am.
It's a move that other celebrities seem to have learned the hard way. Gwyneth Paltrow recently said Jennifer Aniston and Brad Pitt's relationship may have worked if it were kept more private. Jen later agreed.
But both those people haven't married Brad Pitt. Why are you asking me that? I haven't even hugged the guy. I haven't even ever shaken his hand. I've never even.
Okay, so you're Brad Pitt. That don't impress me much.
I know he's such a hunk. But no, they're right. They're absolutely right, and that's the key. You got to keep it private.
But today she's perfectly happy to talk about her new fragrance that combines her favorite scents.
What I wanted was, when you spray it, I want it to smell the same way 20 hours later, 3 days later, if you have to. Grapefruit is one of my favorite smells. I love roses. I love the smell of fresh air.
And it's that love of fresh air that makes her nostalgic about home.
Do you split up the time? Do you spend a little time in Canada? And do you miss it at all?
If you blindfolded me and dropped me off in Canada and didn't tell me where you were leaving me, I would know it was here just by the smell. Especially if you dropped me up north. I would know where I was. No, it's very deep.
And the superstar's home was the hot topic when she went horse riding with Martha Stewart earlier this week.
So I got these horses in Canada, your home country.
My province, too, Ontario.
Yes.
She also got domestic with the domestic diva.
Anybody heard of poutine?
So this is a Canadian junk food. They call it, no, they call it, I looked it up. I looked it up on the internet.
It didn't say Canadian junk
Yes,
food.
it did. It did.
But Shania is no diva. She does all her own cooking.
Man, I feel like a woman.
Hey, ET Canada. Buff is back, and we're gonna find out why.
Move over, leaning lanky, muscles are in. Ben Affleck, Nick Lachey, Vince Vaughn, Ryan Reynolds, the new Hollywood hunk is buff and bootylicious.
Hey, Sean, how are you? Nice to see you. Today we're going to find out meals to pack on muscle.
All right.
And cheaper by the dozen, 2-star Sean Roberts teamed up with personal trainer Kelly Kirkpatrick to show us what it takes to be a meaty man.
So a lot of these movie stars want to put on muscle mass, and they only have a couple months to do it. How do they do it?
Good sources of carbohydrates, lots of protein, and working out with heavy weights.
Yeah.
Best way to do it.
Most of them have, personal trainers too. Those stars. That helps.
For sure.
A little extra push.
Yeah.
So Kelly, tell me why Buff is back.
Women hate scrawny guys. Women hate guys that are skinnier than them. Leonardo DiCaprio is totally out these days. I mean, women like a guy with a little bit of meat on their bodies.
I've had just about enough of this nonsense.
Jennifer Garner went gaga over stocky Ben after dating her Alias co-star Michael Varden, and Vince Vaughn's hefty frame hasn't scared off Jennifer Aniston from developing a special friendship.
So who are the new leading men that need this protein?
Well, Nick Lachey definitely needs protein in his diet. From the moment he took off his shirt in the video 98 Degrees, girls just fell in love with him. So Sean, you work out, right?
I do, and for me, it's all about the protein too.
Sure.
It's like that big guy from Lost.
Matthew Fox.
Yes.
He is huge, and the women just love him. He has a tremendous amount of sex appeal.
We could send a signal that help the rescue party find us.
Well, beans are a great source of protein if people are vegetarians. I don't know if Ryan Reynolds is a vegetarian, but he definitely needs his protein. When he took off his shirt in Blade Trinity, we saw the goods there.
This is awkward.
No, Sean, let's not get that oatmeal. Let's get this oatmeal. That oatmeal has 12 grams of sugar, and this has none per serving.
All right, so carbs may have a bad rap, but any good soldier knows the value of an oatmeal breakfast.
Jake Gyllenhaal, back in the days, he used to be really skinny and scrawny, and then he really beefed up for Jarhead. I mean, good source of carbohydrates and protein and working out, he was looking buff.
All right, Kelly. Well, thanks for your help, and
No
you've
problem.
inspired me. Now I gotta go and work out before I get to set. So I'm out of here. But thanks very much, ET Canada. We'll see you later.
Streets
put your question to makeup artists across the country. But first, we're going to do a little test. We've recruited 3 girls to help and 1 professional makeup artist. On the right side of the girl's faces, she's going to apply MAC products. And on the left side, she's going to apply NYC products. Obviously, we couldn't match color shades exactly between brands, but we got as close as possible.
Looks like I have flour on my face.
How does it feel on?
Not too cakey. Feels gross. It's a bit cakey to me.
How does that look to you?
I like the lip gloss and the blush and the eyeshadow.
So are you guys ready for the other half?
Yeah. Feels like cream.
It's going on pretty smoothly.
It looks great.
This is definitely a better match for her, for sure.
How do you find the MAC mascaras going on?
It's not clumping, but I don't find that it's lengthening like they said the fiber mascara would. It just looks like it's defining it really well.
Okay, is your hair sticking?
It sticks more to the MAC.
Try the other one, the MAC. That's the NYC?
Look.
It's fine.
You can tell. I don't like the stickiness.
It's 10:30 a.m. now. Our testers are going to wear the makeup all day. Then we'll meet up again with them at 4 o'clock and see how the brands stand up to a day of wear.
Urban is sort of a bullshit term used to identify black culture in America.
I told you from the start, I would take your heart. Not stupid or crazy, I was just smart. I'm a Virgo, to do what I'm saying. The next thing you know, you be underway. Well, listen, stay for everybody that knows it's you. Monkey see, you know, monkey view. I don't think I'm fly.
What I think of as hip-hop is something that's very tribal and communal. It's like a gospel church meeting. It has to do with the community, people getting together, whether it's people forming a circle to watch breakdancers, or some guy getting up on a microphone and doing a call and response with a community of people, or even murals on walls. It's something that doesn't translate that well into a commercial culture. And if people are looking at like MTV or car commercials for their culture, then they're really missing out.
Those were images from a brand new book called Belong, showing you how street level art, music, and creativity can affect the big city. Jennifer Morton is the producer of TV Frames, and she's traveled 41 cities, and she's here to talk about this brand new book.
Hey,
how
Wes.
you doing?
Good.
Hey, Jennifer, what attracted you to urban travels in the first place?
Well, I think I'm an urban girl, you know. I live downtown, I've lived in different cities around the world, and I love that sense of going into a cafe in a foreign city and finding that one that you connect to and sitting down and ordering your coffee and looking around and going, wow, look at these cool people, I wonder what's going on here. I'm gonna check it out, you know?
I would be scared at certain spots, definitely.
I think that, you know, most travelers will probably agree that it's before you go that you're scared and you imagine the worst, like Tel Aviv, oh my God,
exactly.
You know, and then you get there and you see life going on, or Beirut, and you think, wow, why would people be returning to Beirut? Like, why? You know, because they want to be involved in the development of their city, and that's their roots and it's their culture. And I really respect that. Like, people who decide, you know, these great musicians in West Africa and Mali, you probably know Salif Keita and people like that, and they choose to stay, you know, and be a part of their culture.
So the title of this exhibit is Massive Change. Why did you call it that?
Well, that's exactly what we're living through. I mean, what we saw is that over the last 50 years or so, we've developed an absolutely radically new capacity to affect the world. Our ability to change the environment that we live in, from the entire environment itself, from the global systems that we live with, to living organisms.
It's not exactly like visual design. It's not like designing toasters as I look around me. What kind of design are you talking about?
Well, we're talking about human capacity. So by design, in this case, we mean the ability to change the world. And what we did in our project was to take the visual out of the equation. Practically everything that we experience is through a designed environment. When you think about, you know, you're driving your car to work, you're going home, you're working, you're speaking on the phone, you're watching television. These are all designed experiences, and that's the world that we live in.
Why do you think that the best way of discovering the city is through the eyes of the artist?
Well, I think artists are inspired by where they live, you know, and they take a lot from that. Also, they don't work for anybody, so, you know, they can have an opinion, and they have time for you, you know, they have an alternative lifestyle, and so they're around and want to meet a foreigner.